Star Wars podcast. Remember, good soldiers follow orders.
Revenge of the Sith.
It's beautiful.
Do it.
How can you be on the council and not be a master?
Hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. Hello there.
Yeah.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Yeah. Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Clone Command, a Star Wars podcast. In today's episode, I'm joined by Spooky Jawa, and we're going to be talking about the first two episodes of the Tales of the Underworld premiering on Fortnite and just the show in general. So, what's up, Spooky? How you been?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I've been good. Sick on and off lately, so that's not fun. But yeah, just been living life. Weather's getting nice up here.
Awesome, dude. Yeah.
Weather's
I
always
mean,
nice where you are.
Also
though,
sick
so.
too. No, the weather out here is terrible, but it's actually very hot. But
Bro, I wish it was hot here. Okay, so getting into if you guys don't know already, the first two episodes of Tales of the Underworld it's premiering on Fortnite, and I think you can probably watch on YouTube too. I bet you the full episodes are already there. But we're gonna kind of talk about the fact that it's even premiering on Fortnite. The first two episodes 2 days before they were supposed to release on Disney Plus, or they are going to release on Disney Plus. So, I mean, Spooky, what are your thoughts on that? I think it's definitely an interesting way to actually get the show out there to people. What do you think?
well, you know what? And I was saying this because I heard about it being on Fortnite. It's such a small show, and it's really insignificant to the plot. Like, it's not like they're streaming Revenge of the Sith in Fortnite. So I don't really care about it, Like, as long as it's, like, one of those smaller shows like Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Empire, it doesn't really matter to me. I think it's really exciting that we get to have another, small, short series. But it's not one of those series that matters where it's only on Disney Plus, Like, it's cool that it's on Fortnite and YouTube.
Yeah, I think I agree too. If it was something a little bit more serious like Andor, if Andor was streaming on Fortnite, I think that would be a little bit more of a problem for me personally, because it just seems kind of unofficial in a way.
Right.
I don't know, but that's just my personal preference.
Well, yeah, but also, these shows are so, they're so small and they're so insignificant. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's cool seeing Cad Bane, and it's cool seeing Asajj Ventress again, but it's like no one really cares about the show as much as they care about Andor. So it's not, it's not insane. No one really cares about it. And it's fine being on Fortnite. It's fine being on YouTube, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so in case you guys don't know, this show follows Ventress and Cad Bane, and it kind of picks up on some storylines that maybe weren't fully fleshed out in the Clone Wars or in shows after that, like The Bad Batch or Book of Boba Fett. So Ventress, we only saw Ventress in the first two episodes, and I think Cad Bane I think we have one more Ventress episode and then 3 Cad Bane episodes after this. But basically, Ventress gets resurrected, kind of. Quinlan Vos and Obi-Wan, they essentially bury her in this, pool of water. Because remember, Quinlan Vos and Ventress had, this relationship going on. Something like that. But they bury her in a pool of water. she comes alive because Quinlan Voss said "I love you," which is that's like something out of a princess movie, but I don't know, something like that. And then basically Mother Talzin gives her an option to either join the land of the living and lose what her heart most desires, or to stay dead and basically live with her sisters in whatever Night Sister afterlife there is. So that's how she comes back. That's how she's alive in Bad Batch. So it kind of explains that a little bit. What are your thoughts on that, Spooky? I know you haven't quite watched the whole thing, but just based off what I just told you, I mean, what do you think about that? I commented that it kind of sounds a little bit like a princess movie, but I don't know.
Well, I'm actually glad that we got a story like Mother Talzin taking her back, or bringing her back to life, because, you know, in Bad Batch, everyone was shocked that she was there. And, you know, I think a lot of people were saying that's like a cat where they have 9 lives, and I think Ventress was on one of her 9 lives or something like that. So it's cool seeing that Mother Talzin helped her come back. I didn't know that we had Quinlan Voss in it. Like, I wasn't paying attention when it was streaming on Fortnite. So that is super cool.
He was killing stormtroopers.
Really?
On Fortnite.
Well, that's cool. I'm really excited to see that then. I haven't been paying attention at all, so that's exciting. And I do know that we got a blue lightsaber young Jedi. Is that correct? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Ventress picks up a stray on the streets, and apparently he's a Jedi apprentice. There's really no time period for this show, which is interesting. The best I can figure out is there are actual stormtroopers. They're not like the Phase 3 in-between clones and stormtroopers, and they're currently transforming the Venators into Star Destroyers. So I don't know if someone down in the comments can please place that time period for me, because I have no clue what that would be. I think what we're looking at is probably after Bad Batch, but before that like little clip that we got at the like last episode of Bad Batch, where like Hunter's all old and stuff. But something in between that, I don't know, because that's the thing with Star Wars. You just put a big like flashing text up there that tells me what time it is or something. I don't know, but
I really hope that we get to see a little connection between the timeline of Tales of the Underworld and the Bad Batch, because you know we do get what's her name, Asajj Ventress in like the last season, and I don't know. I'm really excited to see what's coming in the future for Asajj Ventress' story. I really hope that at the end of this series that we do get to see, like, I don't know, maybe her taking her ship somewhere or doing something with that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That'd be interesting. Just kind of turning her into like a bounty hunter at the time of the rebellion, something like that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think that is promise for a show. I mean, they're just, dude, I don't know what it is, but my brief like break from Star Wars and then kind of getting back into the prequels and the originals, it just makes me so sad for Star Wars. Disney will just milk whatever character they can possibly get from Star Wars and hope that it makes money. I mean, you look at how much did the reruns of Revenge of the Sith make at the box office? It was like
900 million.
Yeah, something like that. Like,
it was a lot of money, a lot.
How is this not a wake-up call for Disney? I just don't get it. But who knows? Anyways,
the problem is, and I was saying this a long time ago.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think the problem is it's nostalgic, you know?
Uh-huh. Well, and it's better.
And yeah, it's better, but also like you can't make a show, you know, like for example, I'll give you an example. That Resistance show about that one character, and he was talking about Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron's not nostalgic yet, you know? So you shouldn't make a show on a character that's not nostalgic for the viewers. And when you watch, you know, Revenge of the Sith, even though Hayden Christensen is, you know, one of the most hated actors of Star Wars in that older generation, people still go back and watch that because it's nostalgic, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's very important that, you know, Disney understands that we just want characters that we actually love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I just got second place in Fortnite. I'm really upset.
Yes, sir. Hey, everyone comment down in the comments. W for Spooky Jawa next round. No. So I don't know if you saw the clip, but there's also this Inquisitor. He has a purple face and the classic spinny lightsaber. I'm gonna be honest. Ventress ended up dueling him, and then there's the apprentice, everything like that. The duel was pretty lame, and at first I was really confused. So I was like, this is a super lame fight. They're basically just I don't know, slow, and they were force pushing too much, and there wasn't enough blades clashing. And then there's a little bit of a caveat that I picked up on. So basically, Ventress's apprentice Stray that she picked up, he attacked with his lightsaber, got force pushed, and he dropped his lightsaber. So Ventress, before she had been attacking with one lightsaber, her yellow one, Ventress grabbed his lightsaber, and she had two, and she fought so much better, and she fought in almost the exact same style of the Clone Wars that she did. So I thought it was kind of cool that they added that in there, that she was still kind of untrained in fighting with one lightsaber, but then she got two, and she fell back into her old stance. And even the Inquisitor, the Inquisitor, after she did that, she was the Inquisitor was you aren't trained as a Jedi, after she grabbed the two and started fighting it in a different style. I thought that was really interesting and kind of a fun little caveat that they added in there.
I liked it a lot, actually. I'm really happy that they got to put in a little, Clone Wars bring back.
Besides that, though, the rest of the show was kind of filler, or the second episode was filler. Basically, they went on a mission. It was classic Bad Batch or Mandalorian. I mean, it's totally Dave Filoni. They went on a mission to go get some info so they could go find the path that Quinlan Voss set up to help Jedi escape. But basically, they had to go on a mission so they could get the thing that could help them go and get their greater mission. I don't know. It's just it felt a lot like the Bad Batch for me. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It was definitely a filler episode. But
yeah, I do think that a lot of the shorter series with Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Underworld and Tales of the Empire, a lot of it is filler because they just want to make a story for a lot of the characters. I mean, what was his name? Ahsoka. Sorry, her name. Ahsoka, with that one episode with her and the tiger. It was so, I don't really like it, but it gets her story. It brings life to her character, and it adds to, the plot. So
I agree
it
with
may
you.
suck. The episodes may suck, but at least it's adding to the character story and giving us, maybe some background info that we need to know.
Yeah, I agree with you unless it's something like Bad Batch Season 2, or unless it's something where everything is a filler episode. You can have filler episodes, maybe one or two in a season. But, in a longer season, one or two filler episodes. But there has to be, episodes that actually contribute to the storyline.
Right. Yeah.
So, for me,
well, you know what? I've been saying this a long time ago. I really like filler episodes. I've been liking them since the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars has a lot of filler episodes, let's be honest.
It's pretty much all filler, if you think about it.
I was going to say it's all filler. What am I saying? Yeah, but I love filler episodes. And even in the Bad Batch, I liked when they go on little side missions, and it was cool seeing that. But, I think in the Bad Batch Season 3, it was mostly all... There was no filler at all, I don't think. Maybe one episode, but...
Yeah.
The entire story was just not filler. So it was really cool seeing the change in that. But I don't know. I like filler episodes. I think they add a lot of story to the characters.
Yeah, I think we might be getting our terms a little bit confused. When I don't know what you're talking about when you say filler episodes. When I say filler episodes, I'm talking about something that's not part of a series or part of a couple episodes can have their own mini storyline that maybe isn't quite related to the main storyline. But when it's just one episode, it's we go on a mission and we're done. That is what I consider to be a filler episode. And then you have in the Clone Wars arcs. Right. People always like to talk about these arcs. Almost every single, actually, maybe every single episode in the Clone Wars. There might be a couple who aren't. Almost every single episode is an arc of some sort. Arc in some sort of series. So
yeah,
that's a thing. Yes, you're right. Yeah, it's funny because it's basically all filler in between episodes 2 and 3. But I think that's the difference. When it's just 25 minutes of them doing the same thing they did last episode, that's when I have a little bit of a problem with it. You're right, though. Bad Batch Season 3 was good with that. And honestly, I think the main reason I brought this up is just simply because we don't need a filler episode in a series of 3 on Ventress. Like, that's just...
Right.
It's a third of the show. But...
Well, I think we do have the same idea of a filler episode. When I mean filler, you know that one episode in the Clone Wars where Ahsoka lost her lightsaber and she goes to that the old Jedi,
yeah,
it would be something like that. I forgot his name, with the cane. That's filler, and I actually liked that episode a lot. And then even in the Bad Batch when they were, they shone a light through like a cave and a bunch of like bats came out. That was filler, but I still loved that episode because it added a lot to the characters. It added to, I don't know. I like filler.
Yeah, I see
but it's cool. I know what you're saying because sometimes filler goes off topic and it's like we want to have a story. But I like seeing my characters in action. And I love seeing the story. Maybe the development of the relationships they have come together, and that's really cool.
Yeah. I think for me, I do see what you're saying, and I think there's a time and place for those like episodes in a series.
Right.
I don't know. I like it when I know this is more of a movie thing where everything just has all of it's progressing towards a certain point, and it's just one continuous storyline. At least it's supposed to be. It's not in the sequels, but we're not going to get to that. But
right.
I think my problem with it is maybe I'm looking at TV shows from the lens of a movie perspective, to where I'm okay with a little bit of filler dialogue in a movie every now and then, or a little bit of we go and do some random thing real quick. But I think maybe what I'm thinking is when I get into when I'm watching a show, I want it to be like a movie. Maybe that's not the correct mindset for me, but I think I do agree with you. I think the two can coexist, where every now and then you got a filler episode, stuff like that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, I think probably the only other comment I had on the show was just the music was superb. I think I'm probably going to... Whoa, superb. That's an interesting word. I don't think I've used that in a while.
Gonna say that's a new one.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely going to see if that's on Spotify because it's some fire music. Genuinely, it's perfect ambiance. I might steal it and use it in my videos. No, that's illegal. But I think, they actually put in some work with that. I think it's really good. You should definitely listen to it, Spooky. It's pretty good.
I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah.
I'll have to.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, that's pretty much all my thoughts on it. Spooky, do you have any? Well, I mean,
no, I mean, like I said, I was in the Fortnite party and I just did not watch it. I was killing the stormtroopers, getting the levels. So
Bro,
I'll watch it soon though. Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I really just hope you guys have a good day. Honestly, I know I'm having a pretty good day today, so that's good. And guys, tell me your thoughts on the Tales of the Underworld in the comments below. I'd really love to hear them. Make sure to join our Discord. Subscribe to Spooky's channel. He just got to 300 a couple weeks ago, I think, and we want to keep that steamroller going. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. May the Force be with you, and remember, good soldiers follow orders.